queen. I am a tech queen. All right. I think we are live now. It says, let's see. Testing one, two, three. I'm gonna open my Facebook thing to see if it's showing up on our hold on. I
Okay.
think we should be live in all of my groups right now. Let me just see. Let me see if it's showing up. Uh
Yeah.
oh, there we are. I can
Um,
see us. Okay, good. I do see it.
okay.
We are live and we each have our Ninja Cup. Hold on. Yeah. We're representing with our Ninja Cups. Wait, can you see mine? Ninja. And can you see mine? The focus is, I think we're actually live. All right.
Yes.
Life is now.
Okay.
Yes.
I see
All
a
right,
Facebook
everybody.
user saying, "Hey."
Yeah, I don't have the mega microphone like you, so I'm going to have to get one now. I got my
No,
cup.
that's
I'm going to
fine.
get my microphone. So, hello, everybody. I believe we're broadcasting to the Art of Options Mastery as well as the Ninja Tribe and the Ninja Newbies. And I think that's it. So, I wanted to spend a few minutes today talking to the fabulous, absolutely fabulous Samuel Shaw, who is a graduate of my Ninja Foundations, 8 weeks to trading. You know, you guys hear from me all the time, but I think it would be helpful for you to hear from folks who've actually come through the process. And Sam is an amazing graduate now. He's over in the alumni group. So Sam, I see. Hey, Shaw, Cleo's here. Facebook users, I think you have to say it's okay for StreamYard to know who you are or something. So, or type your name in so we can see you, because it just says Facebook user, Facebook user, Facebook user. So we can't see your name. So, all right, Sam, introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sam Shaw. I am a trader who started with Miss Dorothy back in October of 2020. And if you guys haven't got to see Adam's interview, I'll be coming from the other side of the spectrum. I am very familiar with the markets. I started trading back in 2017, and I've been through a lot of trouble. And not until I got situated with the Ninja Tribe is when I begin to see a lot of different changes. So I really hope this interview can provide some value and some clarity based off of my experience and help some people out there who are still on the fence.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about your background, like where you started when you said you've been trading for a long time. So tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm 27. After high school, I graduated in high school in 2012, and at that time, I was pretty much just doing any and everything. Living in Florida, mostly it was just the typical retail warehouse work, and I got my first taste of what trading was like when I first learned about cryptocurrency. Bitcoin was what I started to trade with, and I remember I took a $20 course on Udemy from a kid who was not a day over 19, who just happened to be riding the bull market. And I thought, okay, well, I'll take his course. Now I know how to trade. And so I jumped into the market and I began trading Bitcoin. And fast forward a little bit, I remember my first time thinking that I really had it. I really had it. It was a time when I had just got done learning how to code. I learned how to code in about 12 weeks, and I worked coding for iOS applications for about a year. And I remember I remember getting my income tax check, and it was $3,000. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna flip this 3,000 into 100,000. I know I can do it. I've taken this one course from a kid on Udemy. I'm ready to do
For 20
this.
bucks.
For 20 bucks. So I jumped in, and I remember, I kid you not, I was living in this like really shabby apartment with my ex-fiance, and I remember every single night I had the laptop next to me open with the chart open. I had no peace whatsoever because with the markets already being as volatile as they were, I couldn't sleep. I had no peace. I was always in the market, and I was always losing money. And I remember it. That last withdrawal I made was for $500 because I told myself I'd rather stay in this apartment for one more month than to give it back to the markets. Within 90 days, I had given $2,500 back to the market. Yeah. And so moved back in with my parents and started working security. And I actually did it again after learning about 7 or 8 different systems. I knew the markets and the terms like the back of my hand. I know how every single indicator generates data. I understand a candlestick. You can show me a candlestick on the daily and I can tell you exactly what's happening on the 1 minute. I knew everything about candlesticks. I knew everything about support and resistance, supply and demand. I knew all the terms and things, but I could never get consistency. And to really put it into perspective for people, I happened to find this for this interview. This is my old trading plan. And as you can see here on the bottom, see if I can get close. It says copyright Samuel Shaw 2020. This was about 6 months before I joined the group with you, Miss Dorothy. And inside of this book is 31 pages of technicals.
Right.
This is the what is table of contents with 31 pages of just technicals. Okay. And I have everything from what the setup is supposed to look like, the entry process, how I'm supposed to get in,
how did that work for you? How did it work for you?
To this day, I use all this.
I mean, it looks good.
I use it as a coaster because it did not help me at all. But
it looks really good.
right. It looks amazing. You should see it with my mug on it. But I say that to say this: 32 pages of a plan that didn't work for me. But being with you, Miss Dorothy, what you've mentored me to teach, what you've mentored me to do, I can put on the back of a sticky note. That says something.
Yep.
That's crazy how our entry criteria can fit on this sticky note. And I have more success than I've ever had with something that I actually had to create a book out of in order to trade. And that did it for me. I remember the call like yesterday. It was in October of 2020, and my brother, who works well with you, he introduced me to you, and I said, I said to him, like, I completely walked away, Miss Dorothy. I completely walked away because I told myself I'm just going to go into real estate. Like, screw this. I still want to be successful. I still want to be financially free. I'll just go into real estate. And it was that call with you that changed everything for me because I was completely helpless. I didn't want to go into another course. I didn't want to go into just another dead end where I learned all this amazing stuff, new terms, new this, new that. And then I still not see the results I want to see for me. And I decided, he invested in me and I invested in myself and I really put my best foot forward. And that's when everything began to change. I mean, like, it's not overnight, but I remember my first time in the room when you did $1,000 in like 12 seconds. And I was like, okay, this is real. Because I remember, because I'm very analytical. And it wasn't you just saying, oh, I just made $1,000 in Netflix. I actually went back and plotted the same levels. And I was like, yeah, with the right amount of contracts, that was $1,000 in 12 seconds. And so that's
only 10 contracts, $1 move. That's not a lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
And right. That was the pivotal point for me. And that's when I began to really put my best foot forward. And the changes happened drastically, like very quickly. So one thing that I do want to say that was really helpful for me, and this goes back to being analytical. The very first mistake I noticed I made was I got too caught up in the cool factor. And this is with a lot of new traders today. They want to look cool. Yep. And for anybody who wants to really trade, my advice is to let go of the cool factor and learn from someone who has years of experience. Inside of this book were charts that had nothing but candles on it and some zones. At the time, that was cool. Like being able to just predict the market and just plot out a couple, like a box here, a box there, and now you know where liquidity is. that's not why I got into this. But at the time, it appealed because it was just so cool to have a black and white chart. That's not this is not a game. You will lose the shirt off of your back. I know, I've done it twice. So it's really serious. Another thing is, when you pick a mentor, try not to find someone who's just another kid out of high school. Okay. Again, all because they're having a good year or having a good couple years. That's not longevity. You want someone who's very experienced. And with you, Miss Dorothy, the amazing thing is, with all the years you have in this industry, your system is complete. And a lot of times what I ran into with about 20 different courses that I've personally taken, that were none which were mentorships, every other week, the teacher is like, oh yeah, we call this now. Oh, we changed the name to this now.
Yep.
We no longer use this moving average. We use this now. And it's like, I could never focus on my psychology because I always had a technical question. Right. And I noticed that, like, just the other day when we had our momentum group, I had no questions because everything, I can focus on my psychology. I could never focus on my psychology because I always had something technical that I didn't understand.
Right.
When you find yourself understanding the system, the only thing left for you to do is focus on your psychology. And that's where that consistency comes from. This is why I feel like I became consistent so quickly, because the system that you teach us is just straightforward, very simple.
And it never changes.
It never changes.
It never changes, no matter what direction the market's going, no matter the time frame. My strategy is my strategy is my strategy. The setup is a setup is a setup. It never changes. Remember, I said to you, what I'm showing you right now, next week, it's not going to be something else. And next month, it's not going to be something else. And the people who are coming in right now, it's not something else. It's the same exact strategy that has a 99+% success rate. We trade it over and over and over. This is why you can get it in your DNA, right? You're able to really just get it down and get consistent with your trading with one strategy that works over and over. And as you say, focus on your psychology, meaning the space between your ears, right? Doing the work you need to do with your mindset to keep you, because the strategy works. It's, are you in the right frame of mind to be able to trade right now? And if you're not, don't trade, because the strategy is going to do what it's going to do. But you're going to make mistakes if you're upset or fearful or greedy or anxious or even excited. You're going to make mistakes, right? So as we say in the room, right, we become the AI. We become the artificial intelligence. There is no emotion. You know, I mean, I'm one of the most emotional people I know. I'm very passionate. I'm Latin, but you know, when we're trading, I become the AI. Somebody had their first trade in there today. I was like, yay. Okay, now let's go back to being the AI.
Right. Yes. And it's interesting that you brought up being the AI. One thing that I hope this hits home for people is, when it comes to winning trades and picking a system that works, every system has its own win rate. Okay. Now, what a lot of people get confused is, when they hear a high win rate, they assume that's their win rate. That is not the case. What you need to do is separate the two. You have the win rate of the strategy, and then the win rate of the individual. Miss Dorothy's strategy has a 99.9% win rate, but that does not mean that is your win rate. For example, all because you sign up to the foundations or to mastery and you never show up, what do you think your win rate is going to be?
Right.
You've got a winning system, but if you don't show up, you're not going to have the win rate. Here's the other thing. In order to bridge the gap between your win rate and the system's win rate, is you have to understand the system itself. And that was what my mistake was. Whenever I was trying to learn something and I was always thrown this new concept, I could never bridge the gap to consistency. So you have to have something that is straightforward. And then the icing on the cake is having a mentor. And not just any mentor, someone who was familiar and used to teaching individuals who are coming in new. This is another mistake that people make, trying to learn from these kids out of high school. These kids, their attention spans can care less about wanting to teach They may want to, it may comes off nice, but they can care less about really taking care of you.
Yeah.
But Miss Dorothy, you understand what it's like and what it means for someone who is brand new, who needs hand holding through this journey.
Yeah.
And I'm seasoned. Like I'm not new to this yet. Yep. I remember you took a whole hour to drill into my head about the things, my past trauma with trading.
I remember that session.
I'll never forget. That's with me forever.
Minnie Mouse comes to mind.
Yes. Yes. And I needed that. But in any other group, I'd be sitting in the background just trying to hang on. I mean, I'm hanging on by a string. All right, we're doing this. And I'm like, even though I'm showing up, I can't even get the system right. But just having those different layers and the foundations to literally help you go from 0 to 100 changes everything. It changes everything.
What would you say was the difference for you? And what would you say to anyone else who's even in the service, right? In terms of you actually getting that work done, would you say you showed up? Would you say you rolled your sleeves up and you dove in and you were willing to look uncool? You were willing to look, right?
Absolutely.
And so speak to that about not just in our room, but people who, like you say, they purchase something or they go to a course or even a mentorship, and then they don't do the work.
Right. Yeah. Showing up is most important. And I'll be honest, in every single system prior to the Ninja Group, I showed up and I did everything that I could, but I didn't have the things that were out of my control. I did not have a mentor. I did not have a system that I could actually learn that was stable, that was complete. You need everything. You cannot bake a cake with half ingredients. You have to have everything in order to make it happen. And so, yeah, showing up that's you want to take care of everything that you have control of. If coming to the Ninja Room every day is your responsibility, then take care of that. Everything else that's out of your control, Miss Dorothy's already got it for you, because this is the system that she's set up for people who are new, used to it. Whoever you are, you're going to get the same results if you do what she tells you. And this is another thing, coming down to consistency. And this is I kid you not, this is a misconception in trading today, that it takes years to become a successful trader. That's not true.
It doesn't. True. Nope.
Yes,
transformation happens in a nanosecond. Right.
I have friends who are still trying to become consistent today after years. And I mean, even when I've hit consistency, they're still struggling because they're stuck in a mindset that, oh, this is going to take time. I can't put a goal on it because the books that I read by Mark Douglas and this person, it tells me it's going to take time. That's not true. I'm someone who actually went through that. But when I put in the practices of what Miss Dorothy taught me, I seen change literally in an instant. Why? Because I imitated my mentor. That's it. When it comes to babies, how do they learn how to walk?
Right. They imitate and they learn and
they imitate. So that's what I begin to do. When I watch Miss Dorothy set up her charts, I ask, okay, so why do we do XYZ at this time? Okay, gotcha. I'm going to do that. And I kept doing that. I kept setting my levels the way you set yours, to the point where I knew I was consistent when you would ask about levels and I happen to have the same ones as you. Okay, now I'm doing something right. Like it begins to happen very quickly. So well that I remember, Miss Dorothy, when I would watch you, one thing that I always would think about was how fearlessly you were to be able to trade live in front of everybody every day. So when I graduated, I invited a set of my friends to come watch me trade live on YouTube. I just wanted them to watch me do it.
Beautiful.
And I kid you not, I remember after 9:30 hit and the market opened, I didn't do anything. I was just sitting, relaxing.
And where are they going? Oh my God, what are you doing?
But I did what my mentor did. Right. And so I wasn't doing any commentary. What I like to do is I just like to set my levels, and I put a little note where it says, here's target one, here's target two.
Mhm.
And so I took the trade on a different screen. All they see is the chart. And about 5 minutes later, I go start erasing things. And they're like, what are you doing? Like, are you changing your setup? I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm done. They're like, what? We've only been here for like 15 minutes. And they're like, yeah, I'm done. Thanks for coming. This is great. See you guys later. Because that's what I watched you do.
Mm-hmm.
So I focused on just imitating my mentor. Why? Because if I do what Miss Dorothy does, I'm going to get the results that Miss Dorothy gets.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
all. That's all there is to it. So if you're tired of losing, just do what someone who's winning is doing.
Right. Success leaves clues, right?
It leaves
you don't have to
clues.
reinvent the wheel.
Exactly.
We do it every single day. Day and I see Cleo says she remembers Minnie Mouse.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So what would you say, like for you, what do you think your biggest fear was coming into the ninja service? First question.
My biggest fear was for a third time doing the mistake that I did 2 times before, which is getting tired of work and leaving my job and feeling like I knew everything and failing again, being humbled by the market that I was too impatient, too greedy, and I did not have the skill set necessary to be able to stand on my own 2 feet in this industry. That was my biggest fear. No one likes the idea of going out on their own and trading and failing, being shown by the market that they cannot do it. No one likes that feeling. And that was my biggest fear.
And so what would you say to somebody else who's having a similar conversation? Amen, Sam. That's Belinda saying amen.
Hey, Belinda.
Cleo saying she's so proud of you. This will help so many. So
Hey, Cleo.
somebody else who's having, because everybody has those fears, right? Nobody wants to lose. Nobody, even in my room, you're going to lose sometime. You are. That's
Absolutely.
just a fact, right?
That's
I mean,
just a
I
fact.
lose once a month.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
true.
even I lose. I kind of set it in my head that, okay, I'm going to have one loss this month and I don't know when it's going to happen. Right. And then when it happens psychologically for me, I'm like, okay, that's it. That's the one loss. It's done. It's small. It's fine. Move on. Right. And so you're gonna, but what would you say to people who are afraid of that? Like, oh my God.
Afraid of losing?
Yeah.
I'll say this. It's human. I'm not even going to say it's human nature. It's not the case. It's a nature of life. What you need to understand is every predator understands that not every day is going to be a day to eat. Every prey understands that not every day they're going to get away. There's always a chance that something right or wrong can happen. And every single day you wake up, it's a new day. So to think that, you're going to come into these markets and just crush it and win all the time, coming from someone who thought the same thing, who thought that if I lose 3 times in a row, this system is not for me. That's not the case.
Right.
What you need is a mentor you can imitate, but not just any mentor. They have to be a mentor who is actually succeeding. Nowadays, it's too easy to fake it. We see it all the time. It's too easy to use the replay feature on YouTube and make millions of dollars by just showing a before and after and hiding the dates. It's too easy. You need someone who's validated and who's doing this live daily.
Sort of like we do it, right? I mean, it's live.
Daily.
It's live. You can't fake live.
You can't. I've tried. I've tried to go back and see. Okay, let me see where she got in. And sure enough, every single time.
Especially now as I'm doing the journey to $1 million and I'm trading right in toss live with everyone. You're seeing my entries. You're seeing it before I even do it, right? And so, yeah, I mean, so the people who are, you're going to have some losses. You're going to have a learning curve. That is inevitable. How long that curve is completely up to you, right? And like Sam, what you're saying is basically, I'm going to hand you the vehicle. I'm going to hand you the blueprint. I'm going to hand you the keys. You still have to drive. You still have to keep that vehicle fueled with the proper mindset, right? You've got to keep your focus. And if you don't, like we have, like on my cup here, right? Focus, discipline, and patience. Those are our 3 operating tenets in the Ninja Room. You must be focused. You must be disciplined. Like for you, how long would you say it took you to sort of get in that? Because people always ask me that, like, well, how long is it going to take? I don't know. It's going to take, I'll ask people as I talk to them, how long did it take you? took me
Absolutely.
6 months, or it took me a month, or it took me to get to this point. Would you say for you, because I know you can't speak for everyone, how long would you say it's taken you to get to the point where you can be consistent and confident? And yeah.
Yeah, everybody's drive is going to be different, but I can say when I first signed up with you on the phone, I remember Ben was on three-way with us, and I told him, all right, I'm going to have this in 90 days. Okay. And that was in October. And I started trading live in January. And I can happily say, for everything that was invested in the program, it took 6 months.
Okay.
It took 6 months. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. An extra 3 months for me to hit my goal. I don't care. I went years losing thousands of dollars.
Right.
6 months. That's
to recoup your investment.
Right. And then
that's
some.
Beautiful.
And
that's
and here's the thing. I don't say this to brag, but I remember telling you, Ms. Dorothy, that if I can do this, I'll be the first one to hop on and give my story. I remember telling you. So here's the thing. The current job that I have, working security, on a yearly wage, it's after taxes, it's about 14,500, which is horrible, right?
Yeah.
It is now May of 2021, and I have that in a completely separate account because of trading. There is no way possible that I can do that unless I have a skill set that allows me to do it. There's no way. The only thing of stream of income I had was my job and the skill set of trading. It was the skill set of trading that allowed me to have my yearly wage in May. I started this year with $500.
Nice.
That's life-changing for me. I've never ever had that type of income at once. So yeah, this has been life-changing for me. And again, it goes without saying, you got to have a drive for it, because just signing up, that doesn't just change your win rate automatically.
No, it doesn't. You got to do the work. And Cleo's saying depends on how hard-headed you are in terms of how long it's going to take. Because some people it takes longer because they don't let go of what they think they already know. And those people who empty their cup and let me fill it, right? Dorothy say I do, right? I will show you. Somebody else is saying that's so fantastic. I don't know who it is. It just says Facebook user. But yeah, people are commenting there. But I see Crystal. Hey, Crystal, Cheeky. And Belinda. I see Belinda there. But so what would you say to somebody who's like, yeah, but it was so much? Because, I'll tell you, like I tell everybody, it's $10K to get in my room. Mm-hmm. I have no bones, no qualms about that at all. This is a high ticket service for a reason, right? Mm-hmm. We only take people who are absolutely committed, absolutely ready to go, who want to recoup that, because this is a skill that you're going to have, like you said, a skill set for the rest of your life. No matter what's going on in the market. So what would you say to somebody who is like, well, I don't know, that's a lot, or I'm not really sure, I'm on the fence. What would you say to that person?
I'd say let's put a different perspective on it. A lot of people, it's very easy for a lot of people to put a down payment on a $50,000-$60,000 loan that they're responsible for paying back. A loan that's just going to become a liability and lose more value in the long term. Yep. This is a skill set that's going to literally change your life. The people who seem to be on the fence are the ones who, I'm not going to say you're not ready, but you're not committed. You're not committed to really wanting a change. You have to be committed. Yes. Find a way. Invest in yourself. Save up. Do what you need to do. I was making $11 an hour. And even though I had great support that was willing to invest in me, that was on them. That was a loan that they invested in me. Yep. And it was my responsibility to put my best foot forward and show that I could really get it back and do more and be able to stand up on my own 2 feet. Yes. I would say that's where it's at. You have to be committed. You have to really want it. Price your freedom. What can you put a price on for that? That's one thing that
it's priceless.
It's
priceless. Right.
It's amazing because on my whiteboard here, I have it for at the end of 2021. I'm packing my things and I'm leaving to Turkey for 6 months.
Beautiful.
And if I like it, I'll stay longer because the leash, right? That symbolic leash that's been around my neck for years Every single morning, I put on that shirt, I button it up, I tuck it in, I show up, and here I am for 8 hours, 10 hours. That leash is gone.
Yep. Yep.
You can't put a price
It's
on
so
that.
funny. You're like, for years. How old are you? For years.
I'm 27, but
well, that's
yeah,
long enough. That's long enough. Yeah, that's long.
Yeah,
well,
like
because I keep
don't.
looking at you. You look like you're 18. So I'm like, wait.
Oh,
For a
thank
year.
you. I've started this new skin routine, so I've been working on it. But to put it into perspective, it's funny. I always think of this. We get two eyes. We get 2 ears. We breathe out of two nostrils. We even have a left and a right brain. We get two arms, two legs, 2 feet, 2 hands. As a male, I have a two of something I won't list on this live stream. But here's the thing: I only get one back. You understand?
Yeah.
I only get one back. I don't want to waste my years lifting at a warehouse anymore. And I never want to, I just never want to know what it's like to have to update my resume and log on to indeed.com because it's time for a new job, or I think I need more money. You don't have a money problem. You have a skill problem.
Yes.
You need to work on your skill set. And then you will see the changes happen when you really focus on what really matters. Too many people are trying to be busybodies. They try to do all these things that make them feel like they're progressing when they're not going anywhere because they're avoiding the real problem. And again, this is something that I went through. I wouldn't speak on that if it was something I didn't do. I did it for years. And that was a pivotal moment for me. You got to stop running from what's holding you back and what's really going to help you. And sometimes that's a fiery road. Right. That time in foundations, I'm used to trading, but it was still a learning curve for me.
Yep.
I got things wrong. I failed. I missed out on trades. I lost trades, but it was those things that allowed me to change and become consistent. You gotta fall before you walk. So yeah, I would say that would be my recommendation.
Beautiful. And what would you say to somebody who's like, well, that sounds great for you, and you seem to have it together, or you seem to have the discipline, or you seem to be able to do it. Well, would it work for me?
I'll say this. It'll work for you for 3 reasons. 1, you have a mentor who, again, is used to dealing with people that things don't work for. 2, you are learning a complete system, something that you can literally rest easy in. Nowadays, I come from a state of knowing, meaning I don't even think about the method anymore because it's just that easy. When you work at your job, right? When you work at a job, those first 2 or 3 months, you're all over the place. You're learning the system. You're learning how to do your job. But after a while, you find yourself thinking about, well, what do I have to do tomorrow while doing your job?
Yep.
If you want that same type of feeling, which you've already been learned and used to learning, this is going to be something for you that you can learn. 3, you're learning from someone with a lot of experience, and you have a family of peers who aren't just in this massive group trading all different systems. How many of us have been in these groups that you got 7 people over here trading the same thing, then you got 30 people over here using this and 40 over here, and where's the foundation? Where is the stability? You don't have that here. Everybody trades the same thing.
Yep.
Everybody trades the same method, and we all support each other. So of course this can work for you. But that last thing, which is a 4th that I'll mention, which is the most important, you have to show up. Paying is not the end of your journey.
Right.
Coming in once a week is not where you're not gonna see the results you want. You need to show up like you would your job if you want to learn it like you would your job. It's just that simple. And then imitate. Do what your mentor tells you, and you'll be just fine. Yep. That's the easiest way to get results.
Yes. And show up, and don't just show up to the room, but actually engage, participate, right? Get on the mic. You don't understand something, get on the mic. You're not making that money, get on the mic, right? Every day you guys have opportunities. You get on the microphone. If you're not clear about the levels, get on the mic and ask. If you have to ask the same question 100 times, ask until you get it. Ask, right? I see Kat saying, I knew Sam Kat's there saying, Kat from the UK. I knew Sam from
Hey, Kat.
Foundations, and it's wonderful to have seen his journey and where he is now. Wonderful. And I see Brooke also from the
Hey.
UK, who's a new Ninja newbie. Super sweet. Nice. So yeah, sorry,
Thanks,
go
Kat.
ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one thing that Miss Dorothy makes sure that she has here in the group is an environment where you can be vulnerable. That's something that I did not have in all the previous
Yep.
live rooms that I had. I could not be in a state of mind where I could ask a question or I could feel dumb or feel like a noob or feel like a beginner. You have to understand, especially foundations. Foundations is just that. You should not be coming in, sitting in the back of the class like you know everything. She makes it to where the environment is made for questions. It doesn't matter if it's the same question from 7 people. The environment is very, very chill and relaxed, and it's open for those people who feel like they just don't have a handle on it.
Right.
And again, that's coming from me. I was that person that kind of sat back that first, couple weeks until it's like, okay, I even got a reminder from you. Hey, Sam, are you hitting your targets? And I'm like, oh crap, this is me. She's talking to me. So it's great having that. So yeah, absolutely. That is an environment that's there for you, and you need to take advantage of it. That's a resource that 90% of these things these systems don't have that. People
Yes.
don't have that.
Yes.
And that was something that I never experienced. And I found it here with the Ninja Group.
Beautiful. There's no need to suffer in silence. I have everybody sign that contract, and part of that contract that says, I will not suffer in silence. It's not necessary. You're here for 12 weeks. You're here to learn. You're here to grow. You're here to understand. So if you have to ask the same question 100 times, I don't care. 100 times a day. We had somebody in there, some of you might remember her, no names, but who would ask the same question like 50 times a day. And I know some people were like, man, she's going to get it. She's going to get it. We were all just holding on like, I know she's going to get it. And it wasn't until like 6 weeks or 7 weeks later, she finally got it. Like it just clicked.
That's
and
awesome.
She came in with her levels, and she came in and she was like, and I know Cleo, you remember, and we were celebrating. Yes, finally, right? But it didn't matter that she had to ask that question, the same question, until it just finally clicked for her. Who knows? Like she had to hear it 100 times a day, but it finally clicked. And
Right.
the celebration was amazing, and the point is that
That's awesome.
no matter how you feel, if you think it's a stupid question or it's a silly question, or I don't want to look bad, or other people doesn't matter. What matters is you on your journey, where you are and where you want to go, and what do you need? And if you need to get on that microphone 100 times, then get on the microphone 100 times, right? Because you got 12 weeks in here. Let's get it done. Okay.
Right.
And so let me ask you one final question. This has been amazing, Sam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So if there were one thing you'd like to celebrate with everybody, what would you like to celebrate from your journey? The biggest thing.
The absolute biggest thing was the reason I came into the room. I would like to celebrate the fact that I have been set free. I have been completely set free. I don't have to work my job anymore. I don't. The only thing that is keeping me there is just the sheer fact that I'm in some long swing trades in crypto. But I could walk out tomorrow and not care. I don't even care. I could walk away. I've already got my plan set up. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm going to do next. I know where I'm going to be. And I know I'm going to complete this journey to 1 million. Like I told you on the phone back in October.
Yep.
Your life goal, Miss Dorothy, it's more so like helping 249 people, because I'm already one. I already know I'm going to be one. So that would be my celebration. Just celebrating the fact that I'm free.
Beautiful. Yeah, the journey to 1 million, 250 people taking $1 million out of the market in the next 5 years. And yeah, there are several of the folks on that journey with me now. And I know you're one. And I know, you're going to Turkey or wherever you think you're not going too far.
No.
You can go on the other side of the world if you want, right? As long as you have high speed, reliable, high speed internet. Because I told you from jump, I got my eye on you. That's all I'm going to say about that for now. That's all I'm going to say. I know you're never going to work a job again. But
yes.
So listen, any final words of wisdom for the people? Anything else you want to share with them?
don't be afraid. Join. I'm in the group. Miss Dorothy's in the group. You got amazing people like Cleo,
Yeah, let me
Elite,
add.
Cat,
While you're talking, I'm
tons of
gonna get
people.
my link for my calendar because I forgot. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't be afraid. If you join, tell Miss Dorothy that I recommended you. No, but that's my advice. Don't be afraid. If you're ready to make the plunge, go for it. Go for it and hit your goals, hit your targets, achieve what you want to achieve in life. And yeah, that's it from me. Take
Okay, I
what
don't
you
know how
want
to
to
add
take
that
out of the
link.
market.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Sam Shaw, thank you, Samuel. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so proud of you. I mean, you made me cry when you
Thank
just
you.
said your celebration. Really, it's
Oh,
beautiful to
thank you.
know that you are free now. And that's
Thank you
the
so
whole
much.
point, right? It's not about trading. It's about getting clear
Right.
about why you're here and then getting after it and then using trading as a way to finance your mission, right? And so you're
Yes.
going to Turkey and you're going where you're going to go and you're going to travel and you're going to do the things you want to do because now you know that you don't have to worry about a job. Job,
Absolutely.
just over broke, right? You can
Exactly.
anything you need, you can set your trade, set your plan, take it out of the market and then move on, right? In
Yes.
the
Oh,
first
but I
hour,
do
take
have a
yeah.
request.
Yes.
My only request is after I complete the journey to a million, I would like to do a new interview with you with my top hat with me draped in gold. That's
We're
my
going to
only
be in the
request.
Maldives. So yes, yes,
Sounds like a plan.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And if you get there before we do, then absolutely. Right. Because there are
I
some
will
people who are
wait.
going to get
I
there a
will
lot
wait.
quicker than 5 years. Oh, thank you, Cleo. Cleo just shared the link for my calendar.
Awesome.
Yes. Thank you. Sam, man, I love you so much. And I am
I
so
love you
proud
too,
of
Miss
you.
Dorothy.
I'm
Thank
going to
you.
cry now, but
You changed my life. I will say that. Thank you so much. And
I'm
I
so
I
proud of you.
think I thank Ben and I thank you. And if it wasn't for you two, I'd still be
Yeah.
struggling and having those same problems that everybody has, the 90%. But
Yep.
I can definitely say that this for me, this for everyone, it's the real deal. It's the
Yeah.
real deal.
Well, you're the real deal too, and you took the ball and ran with it. You took the coaching and you implemented it. So again, I'm so proud of you. Don't mind as I cry. I'm just so proud of you, and I see
Thank
where
you.
you're going. You're going huge, and this is for everybody. We love you in here. This is a family. This is a tribe. This is a tribe of folks who we look out for one another. We stand for one another. We champion one another. We care about one another. And you're going to have ups. You're going to have downs. You're going to have sideways. You're going to have huge wins. You're going to have some losses. You're going to hit the mindset wobble wall. All these things are going to happen because it's not about trading, right? This is
Right.
about your life. This is about what happens for you when you come up against it in your life. When you win in life, when you have challenges in life, you're going to come up against your superhero self, your supervillain self, and everything in between, right? And we know what it's like. We've seen it. We know how to get you to the other side of it. And that's why we're here. So for those of you who are ready, thank you, Cleo. She posted a link in the chat there. Get on my calendar, get on there right away, or message me and let's have a conversation because your life is waiting. It's too short. There is not time is a commodity we don't get back. We can make money
Right.
all day if we want in the markets. We only trade the first hour, but we could get in
Mm-hmm.
and out of there all day if we want, right? But the time itself, you can't get that. Once that day and that week and that year, look, it's May 4th already. Some of you might remember just a minute ago, it was years already, right? And so, yeah, time is not a commodity we don't get back. So don't waste it. Even if you never trade, if you never come in my service, get clear about why you're here. Ask yourself what makes you truly come alive and then do something about it. Don't let life just keep going and you're sitting there looking at your circumstances going, but oh, if I could, or I can't, or whatever story you tell yourself, turn it into a question. Well, what if I could?
Mm-hmm.
How could I? Imagine what if I could? Because there are no order of miracles in the universe. None, right? You have not because you ask not. And so give yourself permission to truly, truly have what it is you came here to have on this planet. As a child of the universe, as a child of God, Buddha, Betty, Susan, whatever you call that higher power, claim your inheritance now. Okay. So everyone, thank you so much for being here. And Sam, I love you madly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
with
I
everybody.
love you
And
too.
I do. I love you madly. And I will see you. Of course, I'll see you over in the alumni group. And I'm sure we'll be having some conversation soon. All right, my
Absolutely.
friend. All right, everybody. Take care. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Big love, everybody. Bye bye.